Former President Donald Trump says he plans to surrender at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday.
He, along with 18 of his allies, are indicted for reported efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Today, the first 2 of the 19 total defendants reported to the Fulton County Jail. Just minutes after being released, one of the defendants, Trump lawyer John Eastman, did not head home quietly. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is live outside the jail now, and he was there. So tell us, what did Eastman have to say?
Yeah, Alex, good evening to you. John Eastman is an attorney who advised former President Donald Trump, and he blasted the indictment just minutes after walking out of the Fulton County Jail this morning. And he says that he vows to fight the charges as he doubles down that the 2020 election was stolen. A defiant John Eastman defended his decision Tuesday to help former President Donald Trump after the 2020 election.
The president calls and asks for representation. I think every citizen in my position should be willing to stand up for it.
Eastman turned himself in to the Fulton County Jail Tuesday. He's one of 19 named in a sweeping Fulton County election meddling indictment. Eastman, one of former President Donald Trump's attorneys, faces 9 counts for allegedly pushing the so-called fake elector scheme.
It targets attorneys for their zealous advocacy on behalf of their clients, something attorneys are ethically bound to provide, and which was attempted here by formally challenging the results of the election.
After being booked and processed, Eastman was immediately released on a $100,000 bond.
I am confident that when the law is faithfully applied in this proceeding, all of my co-defendants and I will be fully vindicated.
The racketeering charge is the most serious one that Eastman, former President Trump, and the 17 other co-defendants face. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis says they participated in a vast conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia.
To accomplish the illegal goal of allowing Donald J. Trump to seize the presidential term of office.
Scott Hall, another co-defendant, surrendered Tuesday. He's the bail bondsman who was said to have taken part in the Coffee County elections machine breach. He was released on a $10,000 bond. Eastman says everyone will be cleared in this case.
My legal team and I will vigorously contest every count of the indictment in which I have been named, and also every count in which others are named.
A short time ago, Fox 5 learned that former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows has filed an emergency motion in federal court to push off his surrender until after a federal judge decides whether to move his charges to federal court. Meantime, former President Donald Trump is expected to turn himself in here at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday. All the other co-defendants have until Friday at noon. We're live outside the Fulton County Jail tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Okay, Tyler, thanks for keeping us posted. Well, former